Hey, look, Arsenal just whipped the skin off Sheffield United's back. 5 goals in the first half. Shit, Arteta took off Saka at halftime. Arteta took off Bukayo Saka at halftime. You said those words a few months ago and I would have laughed in your face. Arteta taking out Saka absurdly early has honestly just become a sign of complete disrespect. Usually he don't give a fuck about the state of Saka's legs. Let's be real. He's staying in there that full 90 no matter what. For Arsenal, the slaughter at Bramall Lane was just another step in an absolutely outrageous run they're on in the Premier League. For Sheffield United, though, it was yet another entry in a season-long diary of pain, torture, and suffering. These motherfuckers are ass. Let's get into the statistics this year because they have a genuine argument for being the worst team the Prem has ever seen. They have 22 goals scored, that's last in the league. They have the most goals conceded by a margin of 12. They have 1 clean sheet, that's once again last in the league. The record for most goals conceded in the Premier League season is 100 by Swindon Town, but that was in a 42-game season. In the 38-game season, the record is 89 by Derby County in 2007, who also holds the record for least points in a Prem season. Sheffield is on pace to absolutely obliterate Derby County's record. They already have 72 with 11 games to go. To not break the record, they would have to concede less than 2 goals per game for the rest of the season. I can say with a fair amount of certainty that they're absolutely not doing that shit. Take a look at some of Sheffield United's scorelines this season. They've conceded at least 5 goals in 6 games so far. In 2007, there was 6 games where Derby County conceded 5 goals all season. Sheffield United still has 11 games left. It's not looking good, bruh. Derby County also had a bunch of 1-0 losses that season, so it's not like they were always getting smashed week in and week out. 9 of their Prem losses that year were 1-0. This year, Sheffield United have 3 1-0 losses. They're a bit confusing. Some weeks they put up surprisingly solid performances against good teams, and then the next week they're getting drilled fucking 26-0. Earlier this year, they were up 1-0 on Tottenham, and it took 2 extremely late stoppage time goals for Spurs to pull out the victory. The next week, Newcastle bent them over and pounded them through the stadium ground 8-0. They've conceded at least 3 goals in 11 games, and they're generally just punching bags at this point. Out of every Arsenal game this season, the only ones that I went into without the slightest bit of doubt in my mind is both Sheffield United games. With 11 games left, if Sheffield United keep up their current pace of 2.7 goals conceded per game, they're going to beat the 42-game season record for most goals conceded in a season 2. That's crazy. I obviously don't watch much Sheffield United because why would I do that to myself? In the few games I've watched, though, they look beyond horrific. I've never seen a more disjointed defense. How do you even have that many players back defending and there's still that many gaps in your defense? Odegaard, Rice, and Saka were having the time of their lives, especially Odegaard and Saka. Saka may not have scored, but trust me, he probably had more fun this game than he's had in ages. He was slipping and ducking past Sheffield defenders like they weren't even there. It was humiliating. I literally started feeling bad for them 20 minutes in. I've never seen a more confused defense. It was hilarious, but also kind of sad. As a Sheffield United player, how do you go home to your wife and kids after every game? You try to tell your kid to clean his room, he gonna be like, didn't you just get mopped 7-0 by Brighton last week? You clean your room. I'm genuinely curious what the mental state of Sheffield United fans is right now. They got to be losing it. If I was a Sheffield United fan, I'd be in a straitjacket at this very moment. No bullshit. They should use Sheffield United games as government punishment methods. Crime would disappear within a month, I swear to you. They're literally the Detroit Pistons of the Premier League without the future superstar because Cade Cunningham is a Lamborghini in a garage full of Honda Civics. I would not be mad at anybody calling them the worst team in the history of the league. Derby County may have only had 11 points, but some of these Sheffield losses are just shocking. By the way, over in La Liga, Almeria is the only team in the top 5 leagues who still ain't hit 10 points. So there's a lot of historic levels of dookie going around. Don't worry, Sheffield, you're not alone.